Hi, my name is Zachary Reisinger, and today I'm going to be talking to you about the advancements in the field of motorcycles as well as safety for riders. Imagine flying through a curve at 100 miles an hour, your knee just inches from the ground, and your bike along with you, chest against the wind against your chest. And 80 years ago, this just wouldn't have been possible, but with the engineering feats of today, we've been able to do much more. 15-degree angles are what we've been able to get out of most super bikes nowadays. I'm an avid motorcyclist personally. I have knowledge both working with bikes and riding them, and I've also gathered information from sources like museum artifacts as well as mechanics and enthusiasts. Motorcycles affect everyone nowadays. If you ride a motorcycle, you think they're great, you want to learn about them, cool. It also affects the people on the road who are riding with them. Motorcycle safety is going to affect you. How good they handle is going to affect you. How reliable they are, making sure they're not just causing accidents because they're braking or falling apart on the road. The main points I want to touch on today are going to be how the performance specs have increased and also fail systems and safety systems. Motorcycles are a leading race and transport machine in the world, and one of the amazing feats I want to focus on overall is the design. Bikes have gotten a lot more aerodynamic nowadays. This one right here is actually called the Dolphin. It's pretty funny because it looks like a dolphin. It was created by early engineers in order to create really fast bike and prove that aerodynamics were really important for machines. It didn't have a super crazy engine or anything, but did a top speed of almost 211 miles an hour. Engineers realized this was super important. Aerodynamics were going to be super important in the field in creating future bikes as well as super bikes. Honda makes statements saying that aerodynamics are what make your motorcycle. The control, reducing drag, improving fuel economy, and even making the bike faster. Another example is going to be like engines. Engines are a lot more powerful nowadays. We've seen engines go from little parallel twins that can barely push out 15 horsepower to 4 cylinders, like the 1969 CB750 by Honda. It did 67 horsepower and it had a top speed of 120 miles an hour and was used in race circuits all around the world. This is a photo of it right here. It's one of my favorite bikes. Older engine technology also had problems with coolant. We would see a lot of overheating and corrosion. This, in the long run, would cause bikes to break or break down and would lead to a lot less reliable, and they would just end up not being useful in the long run. So we started working on that. We made liquid cooled systems, and the liquid we put in them would help prevent corrosion. So now we have liquid cooled systems that would help prevent the bikes from getting too hot, and they would also help keep the corrosion down, so there would be no rust in the system, and it would allow for more reliable, long-running bikes. Next thing I want to talk about is going to be the overall safety and reliability that we've seen in the evolution of bikes. For instance, kill switches. They were not initially mandated on bikes, but nowadays, most governments are going to mandate them on bikes because you can get things like stuck throttle, and what this will cause is the bike to just go out of control. You won't be able to stop unless you can shut the engine off. Kill switches allow for that and have helped prevent accidents and rear-ending accidents and bikes just going out of control. We can also look at systems like ABS, automatic braking systems. These help prevent you from locking up your rear tire, which can cause you to slide. If you slide, you might lose control, cause the bike to hit another car, cause a bigger accident or even a pileup. And we've actually seen that the ABS systems implemented around the world. There was an article on the National Library of Medicine, and it proved that 24% of fatal accidents were lowered in Italy, 29% in Spain, and Sweden had a drop of 42%, and then 27% of fatal car crashes were prevented in Spain as well. And then last, safety gear is super important. I made the accident of not wearing my safety gear, and I ended up breaking a few bones and shredding my back. I had to go to the hospital, get everything patched up, and the skin took a few months to grow back. So I would definitely suggest wearing your safety gear if anything. But Safety gear has seen major advancements. We've added things like body armor and even Kevlar plating, so that way when you do slide, it doesn't rip through the jacket. Your jacket protects you completely, and then these body armor plates are also going to absorb a lot of the impact. I actually have a few myself. And then helmets are going to be super important. We actually added things like DOT certifications to helmets, so that way they were more reliable. Like things like chin straps, like the DOT certification, make sure the weight is proper. The helmet needs to be at least 3 pounds to protect you. It needs to make sure that you have a good liner. The liner needs to be padded, make sure it protects your head, any damage, and then you don't want any novelty items on your helmet. It's just going to cause problems. Chin straps are super important. You want to make sure your helmet stays on your head. Motorcycles have obviously advanced a bunch through the years, and bike performance as well. Rider safety is always going to be number one, though. In summary, we've talked a lot on the history and development of bikes today, and even touched on the safety of bikes. But first, we developed the development of parts and designs that helped these machines become the engineering marvels they are today. And then we talked about the advancements of safety features and fail-safes for bikes and how they benefit riders and society as a whole, like in accidents and preventing car crashes. So next time you hear someone say that motorcycles are super dangerous and are just going to cause a problem, just remember that we've seen huge advancements in the safety as well as the performance of bikes. And engineers are looking out for everyone on the road, not just themselves.